I'm going to test using my phone on here while this is going.
Okay.
Just because.
Calm down.
He's so big. Why is he so big?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look at. You need to get the broom when you're done with that snack.
Okay.
And clean up the floor.
Goodness gracious.
There is a lot of ramen down there, and I don't want that left overnight.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do it.
Won't you go ahead and go get that? Did you like us, or did somebody else? Got 2 thumbs up.
Someone else liking us.
But nobody's here.
That's okay. Oh, there's someone. Hello.
Hi.
I'm sharing all the things
I shared it on.
right now.
Is it Charlie?
I don't know, bud.
They haven't spoken. Careful, darling.
Oh, thank you, Miss Dana.
Thank you.
It's very sweet of you. Here we go. Are you gonna run the use your phone for the comments?
No, I have no idea how to do that. I'll take the computer if you
Well,
like.
I'm saying if you can. Well, true.
Hey, Bobby, make sure
So,
you get all that up over
Miss
there.
Dana, did you get your truck squared away? I saw you were in the pits.
That's attractive.
What's that? Hello, my own utopia. How you doing?
Hi.
I meant to pop in on your live today. I'm sorry. We're getting to the point where we can breathe. Things are finally starting to get put away. Now we can start focusing on like organizing, getting ready for Owen's party next week, like that kind of thing. So, truck is still broke down. That's a bummer.
Hey, Mommy.
What happened with it?
Are we almost settled?
Almost.
We'll get rabbits soon.
Hey, Julie. Wall behind you looks great. Thank you.
Hi, Mom.
I don't have the I put the camera on backwards, so I don't have my little spinny thing. But my mom made this, and then there's one of me as the man in red.
There we go.
Peeking behind a thing. It's nothing but jewels, like
And
little
then
jewels.
that up there.
I don't have the patience nor dexterity nor anything like that to do it, but I'm very impressed with that ability. That's pretty insane. So
AC quit
Thank you.
working.
oh,
So I'm suffering in a nice hotel.
nice. Well, there's always an upside and downside, I reckon. Yeah, I can't do AC being out. That's brutal. Especially out where you travel.
I think you guys should try this.
No, thank you.
Is it-
No,
Mommy
thank you.
only likes caramel corn.
It's very good.
I don't like it with chocolate on it. I'm super picky.
Yeah. So what's new?
What's new? We're back at school.
Yeah, back at school. So we have, y'all have been following. Hey, Whiskey and Sunshine, how you doing? Y'all been following. It's been a crazy, 2 months? Month at least. At the very least month.
Time has no meaning anymore.
Well,
Life is crazy.
Time doesn't work in my brain anyway. But,
Mommy.
so we closed on our house on a Tuesday. To the hour, a week later, my parents arrived. So we moved our house, painted their house, moved them in, and then began working here. And it's been insanity. I went for a lawnmower. That was a fight and a half. So I
They're
had
out of season now. Did you know? It's Christmas time.
yeah. I picked
Grandma
I
says
picked out a
hi.
lawnmower like a
Hey,
month ago.
Grandma.
I picked out a lawnmower like a month ago.
Are you ready for
Originally, I wanted Husqvarna. Goober. Originally, I wanted Husqvarna because I just love that brand. But I went to Home Depot and they had a Cub Cadet that I fell in love with. I was cool with Cub Cadet because I'm a massive Farmall fan, and I know that's where Cub Cadet got started. So I'm like, cool. It's not made by International anymore.
the live? Can I play a Wii game?
It's not
Yeah.
hooked up. I gotta plug it in, but yeah.
But you know, the lineage is still there, so I'm like, that's kind of cool. So I had the perfect one picked out, good price, everything like that. And
Can we go
I
to
said,
Walmart?
all right, Goober, please. I said, I'm going to wait until we get those coupons in the mail that, you know, they give you every time you move, and I'll get like 20% off this lawnmower. That's rocking. So we finally went to go buy it once we got the coupons and realized those aren't in these anymore. And so we went to go buy it, and they didn't have one.
So good.
And so I began to panic a little bit because they couldn't order it, nothing. Like, no store in the area had it, nothing.
Yeah, everybody was out of stock.
Yeah. And so I walked across the highway to Lowe's because Hannah dropped me off at Home Depot thinking it was going to be a while, and she had to go to another store to get some other things we needed.
All fairness, every time we go to Home Depot, it takes forever.
Yes. So I walked across the Lowe's. They had none at all. Home Depot at least had some zero turns, which I didn't want. If I had a bigger property, I probably would have jumped on a zero turn. But I would have ended up going with like a bad boy or something. And they had the battery powered ones, which I didn't want because one of those battery goes, you may as well just buy a brand new lawnmower. I mean, there's no, by the cost of it's more than what it costs them to build and sell the lawnmower. So I said, no, I want a Kohler engine. I don't want Briggs and Stratton. So I called in Highlands, Hardee, DeSoto counties, and Lakeland. I called Home Depot, Lowe's, Tractor Supply, Ace Hardwares, and Rural Kings.
So guys, this week is my birthday week.
It is. Are you excited? How old are you going to be?
7.
7. I'm
And
pretty sure he fit in one arm last week.
And I was just born.
We may have said that more than once or twice.
Yeah.
Just
So, so I said, all right, Rural King had some Husqvarnas. They were 46-inch, which was a little big.
Says happy birthday, Mr.
And
7-year-old Wolf.
Yeah. It was a little big. I didn't want a 46-inch
Thank
cut.
you.
So we were heading to
Happy birthday, sweetie.
Rural King to get a Husqvarna, which I was okay with, even though they were a little on the pricey side. Which I get, supply, demand, whatever.
Charlie's not on
And
right now.
I thought, oh, there's a Tractor Supply in Lake Wales. So I called them because I hadn't called them yet. And they had, that afternoon, gotten in a 46-inch cut version of the lawnmower I wanted. So I got the lawnmower I wanted with a bigger deck, which, you know, that's okay. It just means I get done cutting faster.
That's so funny, Grandma.
For the
Sorry,
same
he's reading
price
comments you're
as I would have got at Tractor Supply. So, or I mean at Home Depot. So it all worked out, but I finally got it. We no longer are that house on the neighborhood, so I was pretty excited to get that taken care of.
How much birthday?
No.
It was a pretty wild ride to get a lawnmower, but I finally got a lawnmower. All right, let me see. We are doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm happy that y'all are at a good place with y'all unpacking. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Don't worry about coming to my live. I completely understand. Yeah, we're hoping things calm down.
Hey,
It is what it is. We have plenty of I'm coming.
About my
You guys said,
birthday.
oh, well, it's Christmas time.
Yep, always
Hey,
Christmas time.
By my birthday, they will have all Christmas stuff out.
Yep.
Every year. I'm a Christmas baby now.
That's
See,
why it's just about Tractor Supply.
Happy birthday, Mr. 7-year-old. Whoop, whoop. Happy birthday, sweetie. Happy birthday, week Owen. Happy birthday, Owen. Do I have to bring a gift?
That's when he laughed and said, Grandma, you're silly.
Oh. I love Tractor Supply. That's where I get Dooley's food, treats, and toys. I worked at Tractor Supply as a receiver when we got let go from the camp. And I had never really been into Tractor Supply or anything. They have some really good stuff, though. I enjoy them.
They're a good little store to have.
Yeah, depending on which ones you go to. Some of them aren't as great.
This one's not.
This one's not bad.
It
This
doesn't
one's
seem that bad.
This one I think is like twice the size of the store I was in.
Oh, it seems smaller to me, but
Oh, it feels bigger.
we know that one.
I love Roll King, which I know
I
you
wish
don't
we
have
had
out
one.
west, but Roll King's pretty killer. The best way I could describe it to someone who's never been in one, it's as if Tractor Supply, Kmart, and the old Walmarts before they brought in the
food section.
food sections had a baby,
That was a
and
long
this
time
is
ago.
that's what Roll King is. It's pretty cool. So we had that. We had our AC go down within the first week.
Yeah.
And so we got that fixed. And that ended up being the company that installed it back in 2000, which I'll get to what we're doing with that here in a minute. But
Do any more birthday stuff?
No,
no,
honey.
we'll tell you.
I'll call you.
They have a habit. They change all the wiring, all the colors and stuff. So any tech that comes from a different company, they have to spend time to figure out what is what. And it's a big pain in the butt. It's senseless, but it's just something they do.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Miss Carolyn.
What was it?
They sent us a $10 super chat
Ooh,
as
Has
a
a
housewarming
housewarming
gift.
gift. So super sweet.
Yeah.
Does that mean we get to chat with them at their house?
No.
No, super chat means it's a gift. So when I installed the smart thermostat, that thing recognized, hey, this isn't going to where it's supposed to go, and so luckily my buddy was the tech that ended up showing up. I forgot he even worked for that company, and he was here for what, 2 hours maybe?
I don't know. I wasn't here. You were here.
Oh, that's right. You went to church.
Mm-hmm.
And so he finally got that situated. I've been able to use the stuff. Yes.
We got
Thank
that.
you so much.
So that's the one that came like the day before we moved into here. Like we actually slept
Yep.
here. Yeah, that came. It came just before we left the house.
Yeah, that was perfect
Yes,
timing.
thank you.
But Hannah and Owen, since school started, has been sick. I mean, not like I need to go get tested for COVID or anything. First week funk kind of thing. Hello, Heirloom Permaculture. And
Sorry,
what?
go ahead.
And so they've been dealing with that. I have not been. I'm lucky enough. I'm not a nerd, and allergies
Well, this
typically
happens-
don't mess with me too bad.
This happens 3 times a year.
Yeah. However, we knew we were going to end up needing new duct work because the registers, or whatever they call them in Florida, they condensate really, really, really bad. So we know there's the system was put in 2000. So it's an old system. So one, it's not going to be very energy efficient. All that kind of stuff. So,
Can everybody see us? And
yes. Can y'all see us? It's spinning.
fun.
Hello?
Uh-oh. There we go.
Okay, there we go. It may just be that computer. That computer's super slow. Was I spinning, or is everybody okay? So we're going to end up getting a new AC system in the very near future. Fine here. Okay. In the very near future. And I'm going to get the Train, because Train has a whole home air filter purification system. It's I don't know if it's the only, but it was definitely the first filtration system that is certified COPD and asthma, like made for that type of thing. It takes out 99.99% of influenza A, which is pretty cool. So I think we're gonna end up with that. But we've learned a lot of things. This house, like this here, this paneling. When we were being shown the house, it didn't even register this as paneling. Like, didn't see it. This is an old home. It's an old block home. So there's not actually studs here. It's just fairing strips. So that was something we learned when I'm trying to hang things. And, I mean, you only have, like, that much space between the wall and the thing. So when we rip this down, I'm going to make sure, I'll probably use a spray insulation so we don't lose room size. I'm going to use the spray insulation because I know that cinder block is not as high R value as it could be. So that's just making our systems work a little harder. So we're learning a couple things. Nothing too drastic other than, hey, you're going to have to buy a new AC system. But it's still working. That's a good thing. It's working. We're basically just going to do it for health reasons. We could just change out the ductwork. But if we're doing that on a 21-year-old system, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't make sense because you're still going to have horrible efficiency. It's still on the R22 system. Like, all kinds of things. So we are finally feeling at home here. I know I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. It's been a while. I'm going to ramble, and I'm not going to feel bad about it.
I have to talk a lot tomorrow, so if I talk a lot tonight, this is going to go away, and I won't be able to. So.
Of course, I think it's hilarious when you lose your voice. But we're finally starting to feel at home here. I'd say the last maybe 3 days, like, we walk in and we're like, oh, we're not at another person's house with all our stuff. Like, it's feeling like our home, which is very cool. We got to because we had to wait so long on the house, we were still saving like we were to get the house. Yeah. So we were able to splurge a little bit, which is nice. We haven't ever really done that. So we bought this couch. We're no longer being violated by the springs in the other couch. I got a Blackstone today, which I can't wait. I'm going to do an unboxing video, I think. I have a lot of ideas for upcoming videos. Everything from projects, you know, the Blackstone. We have to basically rebuild the shed.
Yeah.
The inside of it anyway, and replace the roof.
Fix part of the laundry room.
Yeah.
Vents. It's so hot in there.
Oh, let me tell you all about that laundry room. So it's set up for a laundry room. It has water connections. It has dryer vent it has all that stuff, right? We got our washers and dryers here. Went to go put them in. Realized there's no room
for both.
Yeah, it's not gonna fit. So I said, well, crap. Well, one, we thought it was because we had a front load washer. So I swapped with my mom. They had a smaller washer. So we gave them their, we swapped. Tried to put it still wouldn't fit. So we said, okay, we have to buy a stackable. So we got one of the apartment style stackables.
Which works great.
Yeah, not the stackable where it's two full size. You just set them on top of each other.
I don't think they would fit here either.
It would. It'd be nice, but
these ones they work fine.
Yeah, the only way those would work, and honestly, I may end up doing this because that would work the best, would be to cut a hole in the wall on the north side for the dryer vent, and then we could push that right back up in there, and we would just have to fill in that. Anyway, I won't plan on here, but So we had to go do that, which was fun. We had to drive an hour and a half with our back hatch open.
Yeah.
Because I had to install a hitch on our Ford, only to learn that there used to be a hitch on there, and the frame on one side has some rust damage, so it's fine to haul small things, but I can't put a whole lot of weight to that, so it's okay. We were able to use it for what we were using it for.
Just a second, having your ductwork cleaned helps.
It does help. The only problem is it's such an inefficient system, being as old as it is. It's gonna suck to have to dole out, what we're gonna need to for the AC unit, but we're gonna get it back really quick. And I was hoping the electrical company would give rebates. They don't, but if you get an energy efficient system, you get quite a bit back on taxes. So that softens the blow, which the AC company said they will help us file all that paperwork so we can get that tax credit. So that's nice.
Hopefully it just is a system that helps me live through March and April. Those are my concerns.
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Sorry.
I'm texting him right now.
My dad called. We had to. I don't know what happened with the phone, but it did something. Yeah, but I started planning how we're setting up for Christmas now. We're very excited. We're very excited. So when what?
You just froze for a second.
I know.
Words
well,
are hard.
Yeah, words are hard. So when I went off to college, we owned our home. When the tree fell on it, ever since then, so 2011. So the last 10 years, even though where we were living, they're well, I take that back. Once we left camp, where we were living, they're you live here. This is your home. Make it your home. That kind of thing, right? Because we lived with Hannah's parents for a little bit, and then we moved into my parents' place. And so they're make it your own. And we felt that, but it wasn't ours. We were still
Living.
ours. We were still living in someone else's house, even though it was our home, if that makes any kind of sense. This is the first time in 10 years where it's been 100% ours. If I want to knock out the wall, I can knock out the wall.
Please don't.
I won't. But I'm saying, if I wanted to, I could. And it's a gratifying thing. And yeah, we're very excited, and we see a lot of things. The backyard is huge, and we'll do a big walk around one day. But the backyard is massive. We're on a third of an acre in town, which is a big yard for being in town.
Yeah.
The neighbors are cool. Whatever animals we get, they don't care. They don't care what animals we get, and which is pretty cool. We'll get chickens eventually, but what we're gonna do first is we're gonna set up our garden, which will be our first, I think, big undertaking.
Yeah.
I started composting lawn clippings because I saw a video somewhere. And I got a bagger for the lawnmower purely for that purpose. I saw a video somewhere where the guy, he used lawn clippings, and in a matter of weeks, you have rich black soil just from composting grass. So I don't know how often I need to turn it, if I need to turn it at all. I do know that the top, maybe if I tarp it, everything will decompose at the right thing. I don't know. This is gonna be trial and error. Hear that, Julie and I can hardly wait until the 30th. We're moving into our 35 Foot Motorhome. You were the first to know. That is awesome. Congratulations, Miss Dana. That's going to be very excited. Oh, thank you, Josh and Doris. Yeah, so I'm trying that. If any of you guys have ever composted just grass clippings, I'm going to throw some other stuff out there. But I'm excited to see how well the grass clippings actually compost. If it's like with the video I saw, because if that's like, it's so hard to find good garden compost around here. I mean,
hard to find good garden soil.
Yeah, if I had like a dump trailer, I would head right up to.
It's up.
Is that Palatka, Claremont, somewhere up there, somewhere near Orlando. Hey Charlie, what's up, buddy?
Owen.
No,
it's Charlie.
There's a mushroom facility we will be composting. Good.
They're asking about Christmas on Crestline, and they're here. Sorry, I didn't mean to punch your jaw.
There's a mushroom factory that gives away their compost.
Today's my birthday week.
Starts your birthday week.
Yeah, today starts my birthday week.
The heat and the humidity will make everything compost
Hey,
fast.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie says, "Hey there, Owen."
Hey.
He's been waiting for you.
And he's off. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm hoping with as much as fast as the grass grows here,
Calm down.
I'm hoping that
You can get enough.
I can get quite a bit to start to fill. We're gonna when we do our. This is the first. All right, this is the first house.
You say hi, Owen.
That.
Well, that was.
This is the first house I've lived in since I was in high school where there were trees on the property.
Yeah.
First house I've lived in since high school where there were trees on the property. Holy crap. Anyway, so Owen's job, anytime I go to mow, he goes and he picks all the sticks up out of the yard and we're making a pile. And so when we build our garden beds, we're going to do not true hugelculture, but we are going to lay down a couple rows of sticks and twigs and
You can use the
small
cardboard
logs.
underneath too if you want.
Yeah, but we would have to save and store that, and I'm not
I
about
don't
that
wanna
life
do
right
that.
now. So the garden is going to be our first major project. I have a couple smaller ones, like I want to make a secure Amazon drop-off box. Well, not just Amazon, but like package drop-off box where you open the lid, you set the package on it, when you drop it, the trap door releases, and so it's secure. And then I'll have a door on the front. Freedom Foods Farm, how you doing? I'll have a door on the front so we can small projects like that. I have in store, and then like big projects as we go on.
Oh, thank you.
Time for the
The
new
new
wall
wall
Velcro. Thank you, Charlie. I agree. We need something.
I know, because that remote disappears really quick.
Yeah.
Like, we already lost one. I don't know where
Walking the dog. Be right back. Alrighty. So there's plenty of content coming your way because I have the jobs. Like when I have jobs to do, I'm much more motivated to film. When I don't, like, I love watching people's just routine vlogs where they're going out and they're feeding their animals and stuff like that. So even when we had chickens, now granted we didn't have to go out and feed them because I set up the feeding system. But if there's not a project to film, I struggle with having the motivation to do that.
Go slow, don't rush and burn out.
Yeah,
Right.
Definitely. And I have to meter myself a lot because I can do that very well. Start planting fruit trees too.
Owen wants banana trees super bad, so
Yeah.
we need to find some. We've got pineapple plants going. That's as far as my gardening's gone.
I think
while.
the Keens have some.
Yeah.
banana trees.
Yes.
But yeah, we plan on planting a few things. I'm gonna make a video. I did post it on my TikTok, and I got some answers. But I also want to post it on our YouTube because it'll be beneficial for you guys. Of what the crap is that?
I like that.
So we have some vines growing on our trees, that kind of thing, or ground cover. Like there's some ground cover that it looks really pretty and it grows. With scrub oaks, and I don't know if it's this way everywhere, but definitely with scrub oaks.
I think Lauren said, didn't Lauren say they had that in their yard?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because they have the big trees as well. And I'm pretty sure that's
well, I'm going to ask Jesse. They don't allow grass to grow. The leaves are so acidic. So there's a ground cover here that it grows fairly slow, and it is very pretty, and it covers very, very well. I want to know more of it because I have some spots that need me to seed that. There's all kinds of things that are coming. Take the camera out with you every day. Film everything. If something interesting happens, it always does. Post it. If it comes out crappy, don't post it. That's what has helped me. That's a good point. I guess I could do that. I've been, and I've mentioned this before, how bad my ADHD has been. And so I've been trying to come up with things like that to help, motivation, or just simple things like telling myself when I get something out and I just go to set it down, instead of saying, don't set it down, put it away. So I say that in my head, don't set it down, put it away. And I have the uncanny ability just to be like, I'll set this here and I'll get it later. And then it no longer exists in my head, and that doesn't happen.
And Hannah puts it away.
So Nick Finnan says banana pups cheap. I got mine from him. Ooh. I gotta remember. I can't remember where he's at. I have him on Facebook. I need to get with him. What else would you like to grow? I want a ponderosa lemon.
Yeah, I'm fine with lemon.
We're gonna get ponderosa lemon.
Owen would be happy with mangoes.
What if we just turned our whole front yard into an orchard?
I don't know.
Who cares what the neighbors think? No. I'm not going to start off bad like that. Plan one video out a week. Let the rest be organic. Yeah. Again, project based, I can do that. Other types of videos, I can plan as much as I want, and it doesn't.
I think you should do another Goober movie.
My students, every year the students find out I have one, and have a YouTube channel. And so we always have a big influx of students coming in. And I have to tell them, you can subscribe, I don't care. But I am not giving you any extra credit for doing so. So, but they are begging me this year to do another movie parody with Owen like we did with Goober Strike Force like 3 years ago.
That was funny. Your airplanes were the best. It's like some mad skills there.
Jean eats pears from the neighbor's tree during her walks by their home. Yeah, and I'd be down for that. I know we have a walnut tree. I need to figure out how to collect and process the walnuts. But down here, if you do that on the wrong spot, you get some pretty serious charges. We had a friend who he was riding his bike home one day from work, stopped in a grove, picked an orange, and ate it, and he got arrested for it.
His father owned orange groves at the time.
Yeah, that he was working at.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you got to be a little careful. But I definitely want ponderosa. We can't do pears around here. One, it may be too hot for pears, but I'm pretty sure that your lungs would totally close up if we had pears growing near us. Bad.
Oh yeah, I don't want that.
Especially the Bradford pears.
My mom says she lives with someone like that, where they put things down and forget that they're there.
Yeah.
I believe you. I believe you, Mom.
Ponderosa lemon is my definitely want. Do you want avocados? Do you want an avocado tree?
I don't eat enough avocados to justify it, but like I could give them away too.
You could give them away. Mm-hmm. To who? Does your dad eat it?
Heather does.
Heather does. Oh, okay, well, good.
Lauren, I don't know if Lauren does. She may not.
Ponderosa lemon is the only citrus tree I want.
I wouldn't mind grapefruit. I like grapefruits.
I know, but are you going to eat that many grapefruits?
Maybe. You can can them too.
Oh.
Ew.
No, it's good.
Grapefruits are disgusting.
Like grapefruit.
You want to get you want to get a coffee tree? You can grow coffee here.
Ooh, I can get behind.
David the Good has told me you can grow coffee here. You can also grow chocolate, but that is a nasty process.
I give it that. The coffee that has real. So Nick has the best prices on fruit trees. He's not far from you, I think.
Okay, awesome.
The key to building YouTube is to give it a little. I can't talk. Oh my goodness. Am I?
Click show. I don't know why it does that.
That's dumb.
All right, thank you, my own Utopia. Tell them to calm down.
Giving education to get views, have them to get to know you in organic videos. Is how you build subscribers.
Yeah, I 100% agree. My greatest growth has been when I developed a relationship with my subscribers, and you really do that through constant video uploads where you're showing your family. Again, I try so hard. It's just it's a ADHD thing.
All right.
Wiedemann Reap. Sorry.
Go for it.
Have their orchard in the front and their animals in back. Neighbors are okay with the orchard in front. Okay.
We have permission. Good.
That's good.
Good call.
The gal doesn't harvest them anymore and sits in her chair in the lawn and talks. Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
I'm hoping that's how this neighborhood is. I mean, there's not a whole lot of front porch sitting because it's like melt your face off hot right
And
now.
Our front porch is super tiny.
Yeah, our front porch is super tiny. But I have a really good friend. He's a Masonic brother that he used to live on the corner of this street, and he said it's a phenomenal neighborhood. Like everybody's like old school neighborly, not really in your business, so that's good. But like they'll have like block parties and stuff, and so I'm down for all that. It'll be nice to have good neighbors. You got to treat it like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it will end up being a hobby, and if you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. I agree. Yes, you can grow coffee in your area and cacao too.
I can get behind the coffee.
Yeah, I know a guy south of you
Oh,
that sells coffee and cacao and many others like mangoes.
Go get
Very
me a
cool.
water.
Owen, what's the neatest thing about your new house? Here, you chew what's in your mouth, get mommy her water, and when you come back, you can tell Charlie.
I don't know what he'll say.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think that's one thing I like about TikTok is a lot of my videos lately have been more just spur of the moment.
Charlie asked you a question. What's the neatest thing about the new house?
Yep, come over here
Come
so
over
they
here.
can see.
Come over here.
It's that
Hold on, you gotta get in the camera, Goober.
It's that I ate Hungry Howie's.
Oh.
In the house?
Yeah.
Or is it the fact that your bathroom is completely purple?
Mommy.
Not
Why would you tell a lie?
It's not. All the sink, the toilet, the tub are all purple. Not, we didn't do it.
And I hate it.
I know. There's that.
Those do not sound fresh at all. Those sound very stale. Are they stale?
You don't know.
He just don't care.
No, he's gonna eat them either way.
Purple is the color of the best popsicles.
It's
I'll fight
not.
you on that. Red
I
is.
don't. No, nobody
Yes.
likes cherry. You're weird.
Well, but red can
Purple's
be cherry,
good.
strawberry, tropical punch.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10 it's cherry and it's gross.
I like it.
I like purple popsicles. But he bought or when we picked out shower curtains, he picked out a space moon one. So I mean it kind of matches. So there's that.
You do know that my favorite is orange.
Mm-mm.
Yes, it is.
I think it's
Oh, Grandma thinks it's your purple bathroom too
Yeah.
that you like the most.
It is
Or do you like the backyard the most?
Or being able to
So,
actually ride a bike.
There's a day, the
Backyard.
backyard is halfway privacy fenced in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just on one side, it's not. And on the back side of the property, there's a daycare. And the last couple days of summer break, Owen was just overpacking. Jacob was out of the house bringing stuff here, and so I took him to Walmart and I bought him this cheap little blow up pool. And I filled it up in the backyard, and I look out there, and he's laying on his back floating, and 2 kids are perched up on top of a playset just staring at him like, please ask us to come over. It's so hot over here. And they look so sad. And he was in his own world.
I need to go introduce myself to them. Well, all of us, obviously, but to let them know, hey, next Sunday after our live, I am beginning the process of bleaching my beard and hair. So I need to let them know, hey, if your kids are freaking out and saying, there's Santa over there. Yes, there's Santa over there, and I am vacationing in the North Pole.
Okay.
Hey, Indiana Backyard Gardener, how you doing? Orange, there's a favorite color choice you never hear. I do like the orange ones, especially Outshine has some no sugar added popsicles. And the orange are very tasty. They have both orange and tangerine in there. It's very good.
Okay, so do you guys want to hear this?
Like you're looking at him
What?
super suspicious, so I don't know.
Is it a Oh,
you can.
he learned how to whistle. And that's all I've heard for 3 days. Okay. Good job.
Careful, don't
Careful.
hit the light, honey. Okay. Yes,
you okay?
yes, we do
Go
want
to
to.
your,
Go get something to drink,
Yeah.
darling.
I'm going.
yes, we do want to hear it. Yeah, so that's been fun. Was that, and I think the excitedness of his birthday this week is catching up to him because he's almost been a little much the past 2 days.
Very well. That and maybe also he's feeling better.
Oh, it could be. He's just got extra energy. We had soccer tryouts last week.
Miss Carolyn said, "Good job, Owen."
Maybe.
Oh, maybe you could be their Santa. That would rock their
Possibly.
world.
I'd be down for that. What was I saying? I forget.
Daddy?
Maybe he's feeling better.
Oh, soccer tryouts. Started soccer tryouts. I'm going to be a coach, like the main coach, which will be cool.
If Santa ends up stop being Santa, are you gonna be down for being the real Santa?
I'm totally down for that. And if Santa gets sick and he taps me and says, hey, I need a substitute Santa this year, I'd be in the North Pole in a heartbeat.
So Indiana Backyard Gardener said, "Hey, yay, happy birthday."
Yeah. She really likes soccer.
Thanks, that was so nice.
My middle schooler just joined cross country. Oh, very cool. See, cross country in Indiana is the way to do it. Because I don't know if y'all's school does that. Where I'm from in Indiana, like they start running around the school because it's a pretty big campus, but then they take off into cornfields and they just run through cornfields.
It's like on the middle. So when Sue
Well, that makes sense
Sue
because
joined the cross country team and she didn't come back for like 5 hours because
She
she
got
got lost and then a raccoon wouldn't let her go and
down here they just run around the track like that's their cross country and it's
our middle school doesn't do cross country, but I have
ours does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, they never say anything
I
about
don't think
it.
it's official.
I was gonna say because
But-
last year I had a student, her mom made her do cross country, but I didn't know where.
I think we need
Classic
to
Sue.
let these
Sue's
out
awesome.
right now because look,
All right, well we'll work
they're
on it.
all dying.
It needs water, honey.
Yep, go give us some water. Not a lot, just a little, or we'll do it after. We'll
Here.
get it all after. He got some Venus flytraps. He's very excited. He loves cactus and carnivorous plants. Any cameo updates? No, not yet. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. Not yet. I want to see. I want to make sure my beard
Doesn't fall off this year.
doesn't fall off.
That was Hannah's fault
very,
last year.
very quickly. I'm a little nervous.
I'll be good. I'll be.
We rubbed it in like shampoo, and
I
apparently
will
you're not supposed to do that
be
with bleach.
responsible.
And it burned off my cheeks. So,
yeah, your cheeks, because right here was still there.
but what I am gonna do if it bleaches fine, I'm not going to shave it and go back to this. I'm going to keep it white year round. The only difference is over summer, I'm going to let it breathe a little bit. Like, I'm not going to do anything between, May and July. So I'll take 3 months off from bleaching.
Yeah, don't bleach. You need to still do the oils and stuff.
Yeah, I'll still be doing that.
I was
but I'm
wondering,
saying,
I'm like, if you're just going to...
No, normally I'm going to be doing root touch-ups every 2 weeks. Unless it needs it more, and I'll probably need it a little bit more with as dark as my beard is. And I'm hoping I just turn white very quickly overnight. Every morning I have more white in here, and I even see some actual white in the beard. So I'm hoping I just turn naturally white very quickly, and I don't have to worry about it. I know it's weird for a 35-year-old to, pray that I turn into a silver fox early. But I figure, my grandfather was totally white at 16, so can't hurt to have bad genes.
We used to drive trucks through the cornfield.
Yeah. I played baseball in high school. Coaches didn't know how to coach, just made us run. We actually ran more than the cross-country team. That's a bummer. I didn't play in high school. It's one of the regrets I have in life. I couldn't have played baseball anyway because I had some shoulder issues, but I didn't play football or anything, and I'm a fat man, so I can say this. We had some coaches that, yeah, buddy, I am, but we had some coaches that make me look tiny, and all they did was sit in the bleachers and blow their whistle so people knew when to stop and run the other direction. That's not right. And even with soccer, and I know very little, but I try to learn fundamentals. You have to start with fundamentals, and then you can build on everything else. I have a daughter that'll give you white hair, yeah. And I cannot wait till after Christmas. The Upward program is adding basketball, and I am stoked for that.
That's right after, that starts in end of January, early February, right? Because they want to be done before baseball starts.
Yep.
Okay, so that comes quick.
And I cannot wait for him to play basketball, and so I can coach basketball. I love it.
I want you to be the real coach.
I'll be the real coach. It'd be cool if I could get him into baseball and football too, but I don't know. I'm not going to force him into any sports he doesn't have a desire to dive into.
Yeah, well, me in a backyard gardener said I did gymnastics, softball, swim team, junior lifeguard, and I stayed doing something. If our schools offered swim, I know he would do it in a heartbeat, because if he can be in water, he's going to be in water.
Sounds like the cross-country coach should have been recruiting from the baseball team. Yeah, I get that. There is a new gymnastics, and if he wanted to do that, I'd be all down for it. There's a new gymnastics
might teach him
gym.
Some coordination.
Yeah, here in town. And I'm talking not just tumbling gymnastics. I'm talking they have parallel bars. They have everything there. Yeah.
Open.
Our realtor, I guess, used to do gymnastics, and they were trying to get him to be a trainer, teacher, coach, whatever it is up there. And
it's just right around the corner, not far from us at all. Sorry, didn't interrupt you.
That's fine.
He said no.
Yeah, he said no. He's too busy anyway. I don't know how he does what he does do, but man. So that's where we've been for the past month, is dealing with all that. We're finally getting it back in to where we can start being more active. And we're definitely back totally on lives. So that's definitely there. And the other things will come as we the other content will come as we do it and we film it.
Yeah.
There's one project that we kind of have to do, where I'm going to, because our washing machine drain is one cast iron, which is old, and it's not tied into our sewer. It just drains out of the side of the house, and that's not cool.
That's pretty.
So I will be, excuse me, I will be creating a septic style drain field, but I'm gonna end up having to dig like 7 feet into the ground. Not really stoked about that, but it'll be okay. So that's definitely one big project. That's probably gonna be a couple different videos. So we definitely have plans, and we'll be recording it as we do it.
He said he would like it. Gymnastics.
I bet.
How's school going for you two?
I wouldn't like gymnastics. What's gymnastics?
We'll watch videos
We'll
later.
show you. It's going well. Like, it's not going bad. There's a lot of adjustment. I think across the board, every teacher is just over their 7th period class.
Yeah.
Every teacher. I love mine, but it is a hard class to handle.
It would be going great for me if we could get books. We
You
don't
don't
have
have
our
books yet?
we don't have our textbooks yet, and we're not the only class. And so the book
Those should be-
dispensary, I don't know, whoever we get our books from, we call them, and they're like, we have them here. We just don't have anybody to load the trailer and bring it to you. So I told them, figure out what it's going to take for me to drive up there. I will take personal sick time. I'll use my own time, and I will drive up there. I'll get them and come back. And so my office manager she's contacting the district to see if I can do that, and I'll just get it for everybody.
I'm surprised that they, within today's current culture and stuff, they don't have all those books digitalized.
Yeah.
So they can have them on their computer, because then they have no excuse to
I
not
have
bring
a-
their
I
textbook.
have a digital copy of our textbook, but it is old,
Is it?
and it doesn't match up. Like, Trump's not even in it. It's that old. So you would think, government doesn't change a whole lot, and that's true. Like,
You got to keep up with current.
up until you get to the modern stuff, it's the same.
Yeah.
But
You got to keep up with current.
yeah, no books. Interesting. It seems like step one. Yeah, what we're doing now. A teacher on my team, she was smart enough to tell all her kids who didn't want to take their book home last year, hey, leave your books here. They're still fine. As long as you didn't write anything inappropriate in it, leave them. And so she had enough to where the 3 classes, we were able to have a class set out of them all.
Oh,
And that's fine, and that's what we're using, but they can't work on it at home. So what normally would have been 2 days for me teaching them how to outline and then guiding them through it and then them working on their own has turned into all last week. All they were doing was an outline of the chapter because they had to have it. They had to have them in class. They couldn't work on them at home. So it'll be nice when we finally get books.
Because our boys like to flip.
That they do.
I do.
I've always wanted to know how to flip. Buying a house or any property is always a headache and stressful. About a week away from closing on another 32 acres in about a week. And there's always some issue.
Yeah, well, good luck in it. You're right, it is. And the more stressed I got, the worse
Night, Mom.
my
Grandma says
my
good night.
symptoms of
Good night.
ADHD presented themselves, and my blood
says
pressure's
love
too
you,
high to
Mom.
take medication. So I had no way to cope with it other than grit. And it normally I have been totally fine with able to just power through it. It's been a tough 2 months, 3 months
Yeah, but
with ADHD.
I'm hoping because we're almost pretty much settled now. Some of that
Unless
stress-
it damaged it to the point where there's no return until I get medication.
I can't handle that. You need to fix it.
Then the printers won't make money. Very true.
Well, then the printers need to learn how to hire people to get their stuff out.
Having
That's the only thing.
Yeah. Having your washing machine water empty out on the ground is great. That is the place you plant bananas. I wish I could direct my washing machine water out to the ground. That's True. My only worry is
taking away.
Could it erode the foundation? That's because we don't have. This isn't a slab house. This is old school, built up. I don't really have much of a crawl space. Basically, the house is raised off the ground. What, 8 inches? Is that how much a cinder block is? And that's really about it. It's not a slab foundation, and so I worry about just dumping the water out there like that, and it eroding the foundation. So I don't know. Maybe I can get a plumber out here and he can tell me, because we know a few or one, and he could be like, yeah, you shouldn't have any issues with that. And if that's the case, that's where I'll plant the banana trees.
Yeah, it's right there.
And it is right there, and that would create a little bit of privacy on that backside. So that's a good idea, Miss Carolyn.
What about making copies of the pages?
Possibly. The only problem with that is
copyright issue.
Would
that be a problem?
It could be a copyright issue. I think in the front of the book says we wouldn't make copies of the book. I don't know. I translated it. I translated my entire book into Spanish. Because I had an old digital copy that you can't really get, I did the whole thing into Spanish because I have a lot of students that show up and they have zero English, like none at all. And so I found an incredible program, and I basically translated it. It's 5,000 characters at a time, and I did the entire book. I started in Creole and I just lost steam. So if I have a Creole student come in with no English, I'll get that. But I have so few that I just use other aids for them. But Spanish, I definitely did that. So I don't know if that works against copyright or not, but it's out there now.
Not in today's educational experience. Some cannot even read or write when they graduate. They are more interested in social engineering or children. That's the one thing I'm really grateful for, the programs that they have in place where our son goes to school, but they don't have it in place in our school because it's an expensive program. I wish they would keep the AR program where they have to read so much and to get so many points throughout the school year, and they build their their reading level off of it. But they don't keep that up in middle school, and the problem with middle school is the kids that come from the elementary schools here, they know how to read, most of them, but then you have a lot of transfer students who come in and half of them can't speak English, much less read English. A lot of them pick it up pretty quick, though. And
one major downfall of the Florida educational system is they do not recognize
AR program.
They do not recognize dyslexia as a learning disability.
And they should.
Because they say it's a medical issue. Yeah. So
no, it's not a medical issue because there's nothing medically.
Well, they get no services for that. So I had a student a couple years ago, 7th grade, had a kindergartner reading level.
There's no medication you can give a kid to fix that problem.
And he was in 7th grade because he couldn't do the work, because he couldn't read. He acted a fool, and so they just pushed him on because they didn't want to deal with him for another year. And he was hard. I'm not gonna lie. He was a trip. I mean, there was one time where we heard glass shatter, and we're like, "What is going on?" And they're like, "Oh, Tommy had something in his book bag." And so when I talked to him later, I said, "Hey, Tommy," his name's not Tommy, but I said, "Hey, Tommy," I said, "What was going on yesterday?" He goes, "Man, Mr. Laughlin, I brought tea in a mason jar and I had it in my backpack, and somebody pushed my backpack down or something like that, and it shattered in my backpack and it soaked all my." I said, "Why in the world would you have tea in a mason jar?" That's just this kid. I mean, that's just how this kid was. And teachers just didn't want to deal with him, so they pushed him on. And that happens all over the country. But dyslexia is not. And I contacted my cousin who teaches in Indiana, where they do recognize it. And I'm like, what can I do? And he gave me all kinds of resources. And, I mean, he started to make a little progress. But he came to me later in the year. And so it didn't really work out very well in my class. I see this kid, next year he'll be able to drop out. I see him dropping out and making more money than any of us because I could go to him in 7th grade, 13 years old,
What?
and
My finger.
you're fine. And I could say, "Hey, Tommy, this is going on in my car. It's making this weird noise," and he wouldn't even have to look at anything. He goes, "It's this," and that's what it is. That's what it would take to fix. So I could totally see him dropping out, getting his GED, and starting his own garage, and he'll do fine. But I do think that Florida was a big disservice to him. I don't remember how I got off onto that, but that's one of the big things that Florida has. No, it won't erode the foundation. Hook up another hose and bring the water out further if you want. Okay. My idea had been to figure out how to, because the way it's coming out of the house, it's going to be a challenge. Though I just think I figured out how to do that. I was gonna bury a line and let it drop to a certain amount of feet, and then bury a 55-gallon drum with holes drilled into it and fill that with rocks, so it works very much like a drain field, and just bury that out away from the house and give it some drop. But Jacob sabe español? Negative.
No.
Un poquito.
I never did the AR program. That's terrible.
Yeah, I can cuss you out in Spanish. I can cuss you out in Spanish. I can cuss you out in Korean,
You can say
Thai,
the F word in Korean.
Chinese.
That's the only one I know.
Not Swahili. I tried to learn how to cuss you out in Swahili.
There's no curse words.
No curse words in Swahili. It's all phrases similar to your mama, like that kind of thing, that are just very offensive. But when I was in Montana, I learned how to cuss you out in all these languages. So if the kids were cussing, talking to each other, I'd know.
We had one say, "You can't tell me how I can talk in my own language." I'm like, "Well, it's a word you're not supposed to be saying." Yes, we can. Cool. Oh, that's cool.
The screwed up system is why we homeschool.
And this
I get
year,
that.
this year's kind of screwed up anyway because of standards for last year. They said they weren't going to do this or they weren't going to do that, and then they changed their mind as soon as schedules were all made. So it's been a crazy week at school with kids being pulled in and out and all over the place.
Yeah.
So hopefully this week's a little more settled.
Hey, Miss Cecilia, how you doing today? Diesel mechanic makes such good money. That they do.
See, that's the thing is I wish these kids that are here wouldn't drop out because they can go get certified. If they go to the high school here, they can get certified in several different things walking out of high school without having to go to college.
Yeah, our high school, you can graduate level 4 ASE certified in mechanics. You can graduate with everything you need to go and take your general contractor's license.
Everything.
You can graduate as a CNA.
I think CNA's there. There's a child care one that you can graduate with all your credentials.
Yeah.
There's culinary stuff as well.
Yeah, you can culinary
there's
certified.
a lot of different things. So they tailor their electives to what they want to be when they get out of high school. And I wish that more schools would
Our
do that.
area is very blue collar. And they tell the kids, they encourage them to go to college if that's what they want to do, or if the job that they want requires a professional degree. But they also let them know, look, you don't have to go and get a 4 or 8-year degree in order to make a lot of money and be happy. And so they set these kids up to succeed. They understand we have so many migrant workers. And they let them know, look, your parents worked their butts off for you just to make sure that you have a good education here, that you have the freedoms that maybe they didn't have growing up. And so, like, you don't have to be in the field. You can do something, and we know your parents want that. Yes, they're proud of what they do, and you should be proud of them too. But they want more, and we all want more for our children. And so, if they can convince the kids, hey, you don't have to go work in the field for minimum wage. If you come across a really crappy landowner or farmer that is going to take advantage of having to pay you under the table, which happens, and luckily our Department of Ag has really started to crack down on that kind of stuff. People were getting paid much lower than minimum wage.
Yeah, that's sad.
And so they're like, hey, you can get this trade, and you can still be in agriculture industry. You can still have that part of your whole family's story carried on, but you're going to be doing a whole lot better for yourself. So I really like our district's
Yeah.
policy on that.
Because college isn't for everyone. Not everybody can afford it,
And then right
it's
across
just-
the road from, or down the road from our school, is the community college that has one of the biggest lineman schools in
Yeah.
the state. And so they don't have to go far, and they can leave lineman school and make bank
they can make a lot of money.
immediately. So yeah, trades they're so important.
Counselors really should give kids all their options, not just push college. I agree,
Exactly.
because college is not for everyone.
Trade schools are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I went to trade school, and then I graduated, and I realized it was too hot in these Florida attics for this fat boy, and so I got out of that trade, and so then I ended up going off, and now I'm not doing anything I have my degree in, but that's okay. My kids have some really good guidance counselors. Good. I will say ours are pretty good.
Yeah, they deal more with social emotional though in the middle school time.
It's middle school.
Yeah, they do a lot with that. Where hopefully the high school ones, I don't know who they are up there, but hopefully they're really good at.
That's why I couldn't be a guidance counselor. Like I want to help them plan their future, but I'm also, they come to me, I'm like, suck it up, Buttercup. You're fine. There is only one Corey and Topanga. You're not gonna marry anyone here anyway. Go back to class and stop wasting time. I'm not built to deal with drama at any level. No.
Still on there.
But anyway, well,
It's
sweetie,
after 7.
it is after 7. We still have to get this child fed and into bed.
I don't know
in
why
45
he's been
minutes.
eating the entire time.
Oh,
Sitting
well,
here.
fine.
No, he needs actual food.
We have a program called Next Level Jobs. Tuition is free. Just pay for books. That's incredible.
make sure it says running on caffeine and Christmas cheer. Merry Christmas, Charlie.
Yeah. So, anyway, I thank y'all for coming in. It's been a blast. It was a great return to YouTube. I tried to have our new logo on here tonight, but I have to get on Canva, and because we got it done, we got it back, we got all that stuff. I just have to get it sized to fit YouTube because YouTube is stupid. But if you want to see our new logo, head on over to our Facebook page. I made a post with our new logo, and we're very excited about it. So I'm gonna get everything squared away on all our social media and everything like that, and then I'll probably overhaul, or I'll set up a new Teespring or something. Of course, Teespring's been kind of tricky, hasn't it, Charlie? Maybe I'll look at, like, not Redfish, Redbubble, I don't know. One of those other print-on-demand services. So, good seeing you three again. Congrats on the logo. Thank you. Have a good night. Great chatting. So, awesome. Thank you, guys. Again, it's been a blast. Y'all have a very good week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.